Today I'll be reviewing Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl. This is a movie sequel to the anime series Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I enjoy watching the anime series and heard nothing but good things about the movie, so I decided to watch it. In this movie, the main character Sata meets a much older version of Shoko. He is confused at first and thinks it's just a part of Shoko's condition. He tries to get help from his friends on how to solve this mystery. In the meantime, the older version of Shoko is staying with him at his house, and Mai isn't happy about it. This movie continues with the anime series started, in terms of showing great messages behind its deep conversations that the characters have. There are great messages, such as sometimes you must make difficult choices that are selfish, but you must take the selfish choice in order to have your own happiness. There are probably plenty of scenarios where we had to act in our own self-interest, even if it meant letting people down. That guilt eats at you and leaves you with regret. It was interesting to see how the main character would deal with the pain and sadness that would result from his actions. It's something that is difficult to recover from. Making selfish choices also relates to the message of self-sacrifice, in terms of sometimes being a great sacrifice can actually be a bad thing. You may think you're helping others, but you're not taking into consideration how it affects people in your life. I think this message is very relatable to real life. In life, we see being the hero as a good thing, but if you sacrifice yourself to save strangers in trouble, where does that leave your family? Alone and feeling sad because of your actions. I really like how this movie showed how sometimes doing the right heroic thing isn't exactly the best thing. It goes against what movies usually try to teach us, which I found interesting. The plot itself was very exciting. I was very intrigued by the mystery surrounding the older version of Shoko. Just who exactly is she? Is she just Shoko's imagination, or something else? There could be countless possible answers to that major question. It was interesting seeing characters look into mystery and dive into possible answers. The answer itself was very shocking and confusing at first. It led to even more questions about when this weird occurrence even happened. It was entertaining seeing Sata get into conversations with the older version of Shoko, as they both got into deep and also funny conversations at times. It was funny seeing Mai get so jealous of Shoko at times. These conversations were so mind-blowing at times because these shocking revelations led back to the beginning of this anime series, and was so mind-blowing now because now every event is now connected. You can understand what even started this chain of events. It is a lot to take in. Even though there's a lot of talking in this movie, there is still a lot of action and shocking events. This movie was thrilling and shocking to watch because this movie constantly heads in certain directions you wouldn't expect this movie to take. Now I get why this movie is so praised, and people got so over emotional about it. It introduced crazy scenarios that you never thought would happen. It just leaves you in shock. The second half of this movie is just one shocking scene after another. In terms of characters, the only important new character was this older version of Shoko. We may have seen her early on in the anime series, but we really get to learn much about her in this movie. I gotta say, I like her just as much as Mai. This older version of Shoko is so confident. She finds such funny ways to tease Sata. She has this positive attitude that makes you want to see more and more of her. She is just all around a great character. The music is on point in this movie, and really makes certain moments in this movie feel more emotional and more impactful. The animation style looked to be the same as it was in the anime series. The animation looked great throughout this movie. If you like the anime, you'll definitely enjoy watching this movie. It had the great messages that this anime series had, and had such deep, impactful conversations throughout. I give this movie a 8 out of 10.